For the peer history video, I was most interested with Bernays and Ivy Lee. So both of them, I've heard that they were called the father of public relations, but I personally think that Bernays was better for the title. Not that Ivy Lee wasn't deserving of it, but I just felt like Bernays was actually the one who created more contributions to the public relations world as compared to Ivy Lee. And the fact that he outlived a lot of his contemporaries actually helped make him more allowed him to actually have more contributions to the public relations world. And I think Bernays was really good at the job. He was amazing. I mean, I know that um, I call one of his campaigns the god of all PR campaigns because I was really amazed at how he did that. If some of you doesn't know about it, I'll mention it, but I'm pretty sure a lot of you knew or heard about this. How he created the campaign for bacon and eggs to become the American breakfast, and he did say on that campaign that it was like really healthy to have heavy breakfast, and he did the research for it. I know he did, and it was really good, and it was unbelievable because after this day people still eat um what is called the bacon and eggs for breakfast, even though we all know now that it's not really that healthy. But being able to create a campaign that lasts forever like that, even after he passed away, it still exists. People still eat bacon and eggs for breakfast. It became an American staple. So something like that actually, I think, is deserving of somebody who created a campaign, a PR campaign like that, is more deserving of being called the father of public relations. And I'm not knocking down anything that Ivy Lee did. I think, yes, he had contributions to public relations and he did do some work, but I think he didn't create as much traction or impact to the public relations world as compared to the Bernays, or, Bernays and his wife. So that's what I was really more interested with when it comes to the history of public relations, especially because I didn't really have a formal education about public relations in the past. Um, so in terms of the PR Publics question, I have UW Army ROTC as my client because I mean, I'm a part of the UW Army ROTC, and I'm a soldier. I'm also a public relations soldier, a non-commissioned officer in the Army. So in the Army, we were taught there's a gospel in the Army for public relations. We were taught that the information we give out to the publics is always targeted towards the American public, because the American population is our main source of funding, I should say, kind of, like, because the taxpayers really pay us to be soldiers or to defend this country. Um, but because that is like kind of gospel in Army public affairs world, we actually have such a large audience, I should say. Like, we have so much people that we have to cater to, and we have so much. Our publics is really huge. Like, I mean, the people that needs to know the information about the military is pretty much the entire country. But for this case, I have to actually tone it down a little and kind of cater closer to the people related to UW Army ROTC, knowing that, I mean, yes, the Army ROTC do get some kind of funding, but I'm not sure how it all works here. But I know that, as you know, they do are the UW Army ROTC is part of the university. So we cater to the publics that we cater to is pretty much the family, the students themselves, obviously, the instructors, the employees, and the families of those and relatives of those that are in UW Army ROTC. So I feel that this kind of might pose a little challenge for me because of the different size of audience, and kind of try to make that better connection compared to how I always just have to cater to the regular American population to help them understand what the military does and stuff like that. So I feel that this might be a little challenging because I was ingrained with that gospel from the army that the American public is my audience. This time it's more like I have to cater to those really close to the UW Army ROTC. And I felt like I was not really, like I said earlier, I wasn't given a formal education to become a public relations non-commissioned officer in the army, so I was really learning as I go. Like I go out there and do the job, and then they would tell me, "Oh no, you're supposed to do this too because it's part of our job as public affairs." And I was just like, "Well, I guess I learn now." So it's more like at least here I'm actually getting the formal education and the foundation to become a better public relations officer in the future. So I didn't think that it would be too hard for me, but I think it would be challenging to kind of change my mindset and cater more to how the university does things. So yeah, I'm looking forward to actually doing a lot of this stuff for UW Army ROTC and seeing how the differences is when it comes to doing public relations work for ROTC compared to doing public relations for the actual army. So yeah, I'm looking forward to learning a lot more and building that foundation for my future.